Two only, two of you only. No, it is not here. Okay, so we, Kelvin and Farah, I posted an assignment. Can start already, Makan? Can start. Are you all, are you two ready for the class? Okay. Before I forget, my recording functionality is still not available, so this session will not be recorded for your information. Yeah. So you need to listen carefully on what you need to do for this practical session. So for this week, as you can see in this plan, in this assignment planning, week two, you will be preparing proposal. Okay, so refer to appendix A. Basically, these are the things that you need to include in your proposal: introduction, pack analysis, usability goals, and reference. Okay, so by today, I want to see your draft of your proposal. So how way you can do that? Let me open now. Hold on. Okay, so I have posted a. Okay, I have posted this in your Google Classroom under assignment. Under assignment, this but I deleted the previous one because I did not attach the template. Okay, so you can refer to this template here. Uh, okay, so this one is actually the cover page. So for your proposal, you need to include your cover page. So you use this template I already assigned to each one of you. So you just edit according to what you need to edit in this cover page. Okay, so fill up the program, your intake, your tutorial group, your prototype name means your system name. Okay, the system that you want to develop, and then student, and then the list of your student photo, your photo, your name, your ID, and your signature. Okay, so this one you can remove later, and then I have given you the this one actually the like what do you call it? It's an outline. Okay, I provided you the outline so that you know what how to report, how to do this report. Okay, so but basically after this cover page, you need to still need to attach other things like the rubric, the declaration. But you will do that later when we are at the end of the semester when we will submit the full report. Okay, so you just focus on doing the proposal first. You do the introduction. So the introduction should be a brief description of your proposed system. Hold on, let me see. Let me just open it. Okay. A brief description of your proposed computer system, your target audiences, and your user. It's this one. You just briefly mention who will be using your system. Okay, not the persona one. Okay, not the persona. The persona you will only do it next week. Okay, so you focus on proposal for this week. So you just give some basic brief description about your proposed computer system that you want to develop, and you just mention about the target audience. Okay, now let me give you just some idea. So you can mention about how what like Farah kan, you do hacking system, right? You can like just put in the introduction on how a packing system should work, right? And then you just give some brief description on why you want to use why you want to develop this computer system. Okay, so it's just you can do it in like through 2 to 3 paragraph maybe. One page is enough already for this introduction. Okay, 5 page. So you explain about the purpose of your computer system. You can just give like history. Also, you can include like why do people use the parking system, what happened before we have parking system, right? Similar to movie tickets. Okay, what happened before before we don't have the app to book online ticket and so on. Okay, you can talk about that in your introduction. So you need to write a brief description of your computer system. So you can talk about in brief about your target audience, your target user. You can take some of the information that you will put in details later in your persona. I'll just take like um, just make it brief, make it general. Like the target user will be, for example, like you are doing online hotel room reservation, for example. So the target user will be for those with age of 30 to 55 years old who have a high financial ability. Okay, example. So one of the reason of targeting this user group is blah 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 blah. Why you target this group of user? Okay, so for the example I give you just now, the online hotel room reservation, those with high financial ability. So why they use this group of people? So that because they tend to travel a lot for business purposes. Okay, so they will make hotel room reservation frequently. Okay, so that's an example. And then you can also include in in your introduction about some conclusion on what you wish to achieve. Okay, what you wish to achieve um, in your development of your computer system, in your system. So this your system should provide a convenient and simple way for parking system at the shopping mall, for example. Okay, so you just give some brief description lah. Okay, so that's for introduction. So the pack analysis. So pack analysis, I want you to give the four elements in this pack analysis about people, okay, the activities, the context, and also technologies. Right. So the people is you're talking about the target user. Okay, talking about the target user, you just briefly mention maybe you want to include the rest, where they're living, and then how the education background. So basically, just a little bit similar to what you will do in persona. Okay, so you can also include what are the jobs, and then you mentioned like if they are working adults, are they considered as expert user? Are they considered as novice user and so on? Okay, so you also include the user level under these people. Okay, and then you have activities. So activities. So in activities for fact analysis, you will explain in detail about how your target user is like doing their normal routine. Okay, for example, like firstly, the target user will usually wake up around 6 a.m. in the morning. They are working on weekdays in the office based on company policy um, from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Okay, so sometimes they will need to work overtime. Okay, so you need to like be very specific on this one or activities. Like what are the activities that your user do every day. Then during lunchtime, what happened? And then you talk about how hectic their schedule are. Okay, so that's an example of a working adult as your target user. And then you can also talk about what are the tasks that your target user carry on daily basis. Um, maybe they attend meetings, they have events or conference at the company, and meetings usually involve senior management and other colleagues. So you need to be very specific in this part. Okay, so after returning home from work, the user will usually feel tired. They will do simple chores like laundry, vacuum, throw garbage, and then you can also explain about what do they do in during weekends, right? So remember to try to include references into this proposal. Okay. So maybe you want to like take if the if your target user is like very hectic, have a very hectic schedule, maybe you can find us research that is talking about health of busy worker. Okay, for example. Okay, so you can find that those kind of research. Try to relate research that has been done previously and include in your discussion. Okay, so you also need to try to include their activities into your the use of your system. Okay, so let's say for example, like your target user plan for personal trip, they will be busy making arrangement due to their hectic lifestyle. So that's why it is very important to have a system to help them with their leisure activity. Okay. So let's say your system is about online booking, online booking, online online hotel booking. Sorry, you will also put under these activities on how what is the situation when they use the current system or previous system that is available. Okay, so let's say like for example like ano na, so you talk about how will they what are their experiences when they go for a trip, like in the airplane, what do they order food, right? So the food are the food, do the food make them happy, did they eat the food, like did the food affect their moods, and what is the environment inside the aircraft, for example. And then when they arrive at the hotel, um, how they how do they deal with their luggage, right? And how is the check-in process? How is the process to go to the room and so on? Yeah, so you can include very detailed activities. You can just like you can imagine your target user is in a real world environment and you talk about their daily activities. Okay, so that's for activities. You can try to do more research on how to write a fact analysis for activities. And then context. Okay, you talk about context. um, so context usually referring to the context of how they will use the system. Okay, so due to hectic schedule of the target user, they will make planning and making arrangement. So they will need they if they don't do arrangement, they will do everything last minute. Okay, that's an example. And then let's say for example that the user assigned for business trip urgently, they might need to arrange so many things last minute, and it will cause trouble to them. Okay, so technologies. Okay, so technologies. You talk about the technology that will be included in your system. So for example, like room reservation, you can include like face recognition, and then also can use AI like artificial intelligence to analyze the user personal data. Okay, you can be like you can be advanced like because this is only prototype, you can make your system like very extravaganza. You can talk about technologies that have not been used yet. You can also include that in your technologies as long as it's suitable for it to be used in your system. Okay, so that is for fact analysis. And then technologies, sorry, usability. Okay, usability goals. Here I already put what are the things that you need to include in your discussion for this part. So you need to include the about discussion about efficiency of your system. Okay, so you can just give some brief explanation on how your system will help with efficiency. efficiency of your target user. Mm, and then maybe like efficiency, the target user will be able to set their available time to do arrangements of their trips, like booking the flight ticket and so on. Okay, so depending on what system you want to develop. And then effectiveness. Effectiveness is where you can talk about what is effectiveness first, and then you relate to your system. Okay, so usually, effectiveness will ensure all tasks is performed by the user, so you can relate to your system for effectiveness. And then the last one is satisfaction. So, what is your goal for satisfaction? So, first paragraph, maybe you can talk about what is satisfaction in this case. Okay, in usability goals. In usability goals, what is satisfaction? So you can talk a bit about that, then you can proceed to talk about your system on how what is your plan to make your system can be how can you make your system satisfy your user target user. Okay, so that's it. And then you can include reference, so you can include any reference, you can include reference in your proposal. So your reference should be at least one. Okay, at least one reference for this part, for this sorry, for this report. Okay, so at least one academic reference. So maybe you want to include in here impact analysis, or you can also include in usability goals. Okay, so I want to see some progress today because I can see your progress from this submission here. I will be able to see who, like, see, I can see if like Farah do some, I don't know, I click on Farah's name just now. So I will be able to see if you already do something. So I want you to edit this, edit your own docs, okay? And then you, at least you do something inside here. You, at least at the introduction, or maybe you just give some brief explanation on each of these. Okay? So any question before I let you do the proposal? Just today is just like draft vanilla. You don't have to finish everything today. Just because you have time until week 5 to submit this. But of course, I want you to like use the time that you have during this practical to do the draft for today. So if you have any problem, like you have question, you can always ask me. I will be here for you. Okay. So any question before I let you do your own proposal? Okay, so you can proceed and do your. Oh, Kelvin is doing already. That's good, Kelvin. When did you do this?
Oh, I did early. Yeah.
That's good. Okay. So,
Not sure if it's correct or not. I didn't do any reference yet.
yeah, so maybe you can look at into that after this lah. Okay. So so that's all for from me for today. I will let you do the proposal, and then I will check your progress from this Google Docs. Don't submit first, yeah. I will be able to see your update every time I check this document. Okay, so it's still yours now. If you submit, you will not be able to edit it anymore. Yeah, so I'll let you do it now. And if you have question, you can ask in the chat, or you can ping me using your mic. Thank you. So,
Is is
okay.
uh
Yes, Calvin.
is mine okay? I did.
Okay. Let me go through first, and I'll get back to you. This one you need to change now. The blue color kan, change lah. Kasi hitam semua. Okay, make
Okay.
it all black. That one is just for you to show you which part you need to fill up. Mm, Kelvin, are you there? Kelvin,
Ah, yeah. What? Sorry.
your your usability goals kan I think you terbalik already. I think you copy this in, right? So your efficiency is under your efficiency is effectiveness, and then under
Oh,
effectiveness is efficiency.
oh, oops. I copy from another document.
Yeah,
I
yeah, I
copy.
understand. It's okay. Okay, so for now, I think it should be fine. So you try to find where you want to include reference first. Then maybe during like maybe if you like don't want like you don't want to look at this anymore, like it's you feels like it's okay already, you can proceed to do the persona if you want. From what I see, it's very brief actually. It's very brief. Um, so far so far okay lah for me. You include table of content also. Okay.
Yeah, I just not sure if this is enough. I also later I'll add some reference for the 2 marks also.
Yeah, yeah, you
Can
include
I
that.
can I can I use it? Can I use the reference from the lecture note? Yeah? Lecture
Lecture note.
charter.
If you refer to lecture note, you use the book reference. The
Yeah,
book.
the book. There's a book reference in
Yeah.
the
Can.
thing, so I can use it. Okay.
It
Do
can
I need two? Do I need two reference or one reference
one
only?
only. Hold on, let me check. I think you need to include notebook academic. Hold on.
Use APA. Oh,
Yeah. It should be what did you say? APA.
the referencing style.
Harvard.
Harvard.
Harvard. Yeah, Harvard. Hold on now. I think you need to include academic reference. So usually academic reference, usually it's research. For if it's academic reference, it's usually research. Okay, not book. Okay, academic. Usually for if it's academic reference, you need to refer to research, not book. Okay, so try to find like research, like because yours is about a movie, right? So maybe you can find some research regarding online booking system for cinema. Maybe you can try to find that. I think
Can
that
can I just use reference for definition of word?
definition. I cannot say no because it's still reference, but maybe you'll get like maybe it will affect your marks lah. Okay,
uh,
because you need to give like good reference. But yeah, I'll see how you refer to it lah.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, the cinema, can it be? Can I just make up a cinema? Not cannot. No need to be real one. Like
Yeah, yeah. You just like create like a fantasy world. You
so
just create,
whatever name I can
yeah,
put
can
also.
yeah. The venue also, the location, you can like make it like a fantasy. Can
Okay,
do
okay.
that. Mm. I did not realize you have question. Okay, so the people can it be more than one? For introduction. For introduction for this proposal, you can yes you can take the target user as college student and employee. You can set the target user as a group. Okay, but later for this part, yes, my answer is yes. But for your persona later on, the persona will be one person lah from your target user. Okay, understand. Okay, good if you can finish early. Okay, so if you have any question regarding your proposal, you can ask me personally. You can ask in the group. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you so much, everyone. Sorry, there's no recording for this session. Yeah, thank you. That's all. Bye bye. Okay.